Last week in Indianapolis, Kieran Lifflander tightened his grip on the championship, taking the win over Matthew Lindy and Evan McFarlane. But for McFarlane, an early commitment line violation proved costly, forcing him to serve a penalty and dropping him a place in the results. Beyond the frontrunners, tempers flared as teammates turned rivals. Zach Goddard and Marcus Indrek-Simmer of JC Simsport went wheel-to-wheel for fourth, while No Control Esports' Yuko Pakala and Yoni Pelaneva scrapped. Our venue for today is the virtual Sonoma Raceway. North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting Sonoma in 2018 beat. This challenging circuit weaves through the rolling hills of wine country, featuring a mix of fast asphalt sections, technical dirt corners, and dramatic elevation changes. The undulating terrain and tricky transitions test both car control and racecraft, making every lap a challenge. With its unique layout and unpredictable surface shifts, Sonoma provides a thrilling stage for a rallycross competition. In NASA Rallycross, our format is as follows. We are finishing open practice now, which leads us into a 3-lap single-car qualifying that splits the field equally into 5-lap heat races with the Joker lap taken once. The top 2 transfer to the feature automatically. The winner gets 3 bonus points, and the runner-up gets 2. The rest of our drivers are sent to the semifinals, also 5 laps with 1 Joker. The top 2 will transfer to the feature as well. The winner receives a bonus point, and this will set the grid for our 10-lap feature race, where the points are awarded and the trophies are handed out. And unique to the NASA Rallycross World Championships, 2 Jokers are taken during the feature. The 32nd season of the NASA Rallycross World Championship continues today, live on the Automotive Sports Network, with Brian Sawyer in the production truck and also next to me in the Comtra box. My name is Josh Mertz, as we welcome you to the 13th running of the Sonoma Grand Prix. The NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. And thank you, Rob Hartland, for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for your camera support. And finally, the intro music for the NASA World feed produced by Alex Abetti. Mr. Brian Sawyer, I originally just had one question for you, but now it's kind of 2 mixed into one. So, last week, Evan got penalized for a commitment line violation. He finished 3rd despite the penalty. Kieran went off and went further ahead in the championship, but some guy named Francois Martel, 23B World Champion, is returning. So, how are you? What are your thoughts? And by the way, hopefully I wasn't too quiet at the beginning there, because, Ryan, you didn't tell me to go!
Yeah, that was, I realized, he can't see the intro. Whoops.
Nope, can't call myself in.
we learned some things. Yeah, I'm super excited. We'll see if Francois still has it. I mean, he's been away for almost as long as since he's won, but I don't know if he's been away from the sim that long. I sure think he has been, so we'll see if he still has pace. We'll see see if he can bring something to Kieran and Evan. Yeah, I'm super excited. It's my last day of my favorite week of the year, Sonoma week. So, super pumped about this, and looking forward to a good race.
5th all-time on the wins list for Francois Martel, the NASA Hall of Famer, and the 23B World Champion. I thought about it the other day. I said, he should have won in 23C easily, but he got disqualified in Brands Hatch for some track limit violations that season. So let's take a look. We could do programming notes or points, whatever you want, Brian. Let's take a look. The Drivers' Championship. I know I said in the intro that Kieran's pulling away, but when you talk about points in the winner-take-all scenario in the last the last 2 seasons. You can't give up any points. And Kieran's got 6 over Evan. Zach Blanch in 3rd. Then it's Pakala and Kirtley tied for 4th practically. And Lindy, Brostrom, Kreutzer, Darnell, and Simmer, the top 10. Let's take a look at the Constructors' Championship. Entering round 4, TWR Subi squad up by considerably. That's 22 points if I'm doing easy math. And it's Kieran Lifflander Racing. No Control, 2nd team, Team Watson Racing. And we go down to the order, down to 10th with Scott Merrick and the Stealth Performance Industry. The Manufacturers' Championship, easy to mention. Subaru and Ford atop there. And Volkswagen has a car finally, ladies and gentlemen, as Francois Martel is going to drive the Beetle today in Sonoma.
It's going to have points.
Yes. We'll hit programming notes after qualifying is over, and let's take a look. As qualifying begins here in Sonoma, do you think Jake's going to be the first car on track? It's
Jess
Rakowski. Jess Rakowski in the 999, first car on track for JC Simsport. Then Josh Darnell for Move Over at Speedy Time. Yoni Pelaneva in the 31. And Rakowski warming up the tires of the Ford Fiesta.
I don't know how much that does.
I don't think it does much either, but it makes you feel cool, at least to me. I'm weaving my tires like I'm a real racing driver as Rakowski takes the green flag. That's fair. Turn 1, carousel. You want to utilize all the grass on the inside or even the asphalt. I know there's a sliver of uncovered asphalt there, and it rips you through this first couple of corners. And turn 2, down the carousel, another tricky one where you have to be further drivers left than that. But Brian, if you go too far to the right, you can get spit into that tire barrier. Realistically, this whole track is tricky. You and I have both had some issues here over the years.
Yeah, it's a journey. This track is super fun. If you're super precise, it's super rewarding. But it can also spit you up and chew you. I did that backwards. Chew you up and spit you out. Joni Palanova with the fastest lap. We saw Goddard hit the wall. We saw Kaplinger hit the wall this week. And that's pretty much effectively ended their nights. It's this wall that we're watching Joni come up to right now. You throw the car and you try and cut it as close as you can. And you're pushing a little too hard, you just touch it.
As trying to find cars setting times, Pelaneva, Kreutzer, Merrick, Simmer, Sotens, Takaluma, Brostrom, Robichaux, Rakowski. Currently, let's try and find 2023B World Champion Francois Martel, car number 12. He's on his first lap, heading through the NASCAR short chute, past the Joker, into the final corner. Winningest all-time in the modern era, over the jump. He's got 1 win to tie Cody Erdman for 4th. He crosses the line. 40.380 for Martel. He goes 3rd quickest.
We're gonna
Scott Merrick.
Thank you. Exactly who I wanted to go to. Oh, I don't know what happened to him. Scott Merrick is a bear today.
That's exquisite. I love it. Just an update. Zach Blanch, 40.4. He goes to 5th. Klaus Kreutzer. Lifflander, McFarland. Kieran just got on track in car number 20. Points leader from South Carolina. And this kid has dominated everything in NASA, especially in the Lights World Championship. He's going on, I think it's 4 wins in a row without losing. So he begins his first lap. Let's ride on board car number 20, Brian, and enjoy Sonoma. Never mind, that's a slowdown. He cut the track. And he's going to have to do another lap.
And go back out. Let's go on him again. He's very concerned about where that water bottle is.
Interesting that he doesn't drive with gloves. I've seen such an interesting split of guys that drive with gloves and those who don't. All right, let's enjoy another lap.
Josh, we don't need gloves.
Let's pick up Evan, actually, because Kieran just gave up his run. Not making fun of me. Evan McFarland, car number 1. He is coming into the final corner, and then we'll pick up Kieran again. Where will Evan place on his first qualifying lap? Car number 1, gold plate defending champion, crosses the line, 39.775. He goes second by 0.017 of a second. Let's pick up Kieran. I'm looking at this line that he's running into the carousel, and admittedly, is this the strategy? You go wider in the supercar? I didn't think that was the line,
No,
Brian.
I don't think it is. He could color us wrong, but
As we keep an eye on Liftlander on screen, I'm taking a look off monitor at McFarlane. Evan gave up his second lap. So he's going to have one lap left. We have lost Eric Dubois in qualifying. Not sure what's happening with the 000. Liftlander across the jump. Heading down to the start-finish line to end his lap. And did it count?
Nope.
It 39.823. He's going to have one lap left.
That outside line is obviously not preferable. I think he just did it to get a lap. I think he normally would have given it up.
0.064 is the gap from Liftlander to Palineva, who holds fastest in qualifying right now. And Liftlander and McFarlane are neck and neck on track. Liftlander ending his third lap. McFarlane, we can pick him up once Kieran finishes his lap. Over the jump goes car number 20. And across the line for the championship leader, 39.796. He does not improve.
You can see it before
he does, but he also doesn't. Wow.
He was shaking his head as he came over the jump. He knew it wasn't what he wanted.
0.037 is all it took for Kieran Liftlander to not be on pole position. If it holds, he's going to be on pole position for heat number 3. We look at McFarlane, number 1, defending world champion 3 in a row. And the kid from California has to find 0.017 of a second on his final lap. Over the jump. And across the line for car number 1. Will he improve? And it doesn't look like it counted.
Ugh.
So let's pick up Matthew Lindy. Although Lindy's done with his run, it looks like. So that might be a seeding round win for Yoni Palineva in the 31.
We don't know. The hammer Eric Dubois is out on track.
That's also true. Dubois has his qualifying run left to go.
And Lindy's back on. He's about to start his third lap.
So let's focus on Lindy in car number 3. Into turn 1, very deep into the carousel. I don't know if that's going to exactly help him there. Let's take a look. We can take a look at programming notes, what Lindy has done with his lap here in car number 3. The kid from California will round the final couple of corners. Very street circuit-esque here in Sonoma because half the track you got walls on both sides. Over the jump, all crossed up. Dubois goes 17th quickest.
Why
and
is
Lindy,
he slowing down?
I think he broke the car on the jump. It looked like it was wobbling.
Interesting.
So, let's take a look at some programming notes. Is qualifying fairly done and dusted here in Sonoma. What's not featured is our next show tonight. The iRacing Rallycross officials. I think they're going to be, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, Brian? It's going to be you and Steven and Josh?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Tomorrow, the 30th, NASA Rallycross Futures on ASN Plus, 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll have Steven and myself. Then we transition to the Lights World Championship. That's going to be Stephen Moreau and Josh Darnell at 9 Eastern. NASA Rallycross Contenders at Knock Hill. All 3 races at Knock Hill on Monday. At 9 p.m. you'll have Justin and Brian. Torque Sports Car at Watkins Glen on Thursday the 3rd at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And our next round for the NASA Rallycross World Championship at Knock Hill on the 5th of April, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Qualifying done and dusted. We head to the first heat race of the afternoon in Sonoma. In our grid, it is a no control 1 through 3 for heat number 1. Palineva, Pakla, Brostrom, Merrick, Rakowski, Robichaux will be our cars in this heat race. And this is, I don't think we've had Kieran or Evan not in the first heat. It's been a long time since that happened. So
Yeah,
someone new on pole position at the end of this heat race. Green flag. Off the line, Palineva, Pakla, Brostrom, all 3 teammates down to the first corner. Swedish Rallycross champion Brostrom way wide. Pakla, Palineva, Brostrom battling Merrick in the 310, Rakowski in the 999, Robichaux in the 69 over the curb to begin the first lap. Proper now. We've got Pakla Palineva, Brostrom. Merrick, Rakowski looks to the inside into turn 1. Brostrom wide, Merrick inside, and take a moment. Purchase on her exit. Rakowski and Robichaux in the back of the field in the Ford Fiestas up the hill.
Josh, I have no way to tell you this internally, but whatever you just did to your microphone, don't do it again. You just went underwater.
Exquisite. I have no idea what I did, so we're just going to figure it out as we go. Palineva Jokers to end the first lap. Palineva, Pakla, Robichaux Jokers. First bit of strategies unraveling here in Sonoma.
4 through 6 is wonderful.
Brostrom, Merrick, and Rakowski side by side for the moment was Brostrom and Merrick. Right in front of them is Jake Robichaux in the 69. Winner of a Rallycross Masters race a week ago in Norway. As we brought on board Merrick in the 310. Brostrom trying to find a way around the 69 of Robichaux.
Right now.
He does, but he follows Brostrom. Brostrom runs it wide. Pass for the spot. Here comes Rakowski in the 999. What a move through the Joker. 3 cars under a blanket. Are we going to be 3 wide? Turn 1 in heat 1.
Not advisable.
Merrick wide. Definitely not advisable in a heat race. Rakowski rips the asphalt. Has to stay consistent. Right front on that asphalt and paint. Flips the other side of it. Nearly loses it. Brostrom, they touch. Nearly, I thought they did.
I'm surprised Rakowski.
I know.
We're going up front.
I'm
surprised Rakowski got it through that turn because she had to alter her line mid-corner on that left-hander. Brostrom was right on her inside. She threw it in and goes, there's somebody in here.
Thank you for not making us TVMA.
I'm trying real hard. I need a dump button. I just need a beep. I can make one.
Pakla and Palineva battling the lead in the transfer. And then these guys are furiously battling for third because, like we've mentioned, if you're new, the higher you finish up in the heat races, if you don't transfer, the better the grid spot for the semifinal. We come to 2 laps to go between the 2 Finnish teammates, Pakla and Palineva. And Rakowski holds the 3rd spot. Did they all come together and we missed it? Oh, Merrick crashed in the 310, and Brostrom was involved in that. I don't know if you could take a second look, Ryan.
Let's see if we can figure it out.
I'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead.
Is this it? This might be it.
Too far back. Might have to go a little bit further up. It was Merrick coming off the dirt into the penultimate corner. Very professional, I promise.
Oh,
there it is.
There it was. We saw it. We missed it. It happened.
Let's go back up front. There's a battle for the lead.
This is the last. This is it, Josh.
Palineva. Coming to the checkered flag. I get crossed up. Thought it was 6 laps. Apologies for that one.
That's the other series.
Pakla and Palineva transfer through. The best of the rest will be Rakowski, Merrick, Brostrom, and Robichaux. So many different series and so many different formats. Promise we know what we're doing. Pakla on pole position here in Sonoma.
Now you know how Justin and I miss a finish occasionally.
I'm sitting there on the couch on Mondays and I said, what are you guys doing? And then I realized, easy to do. Grid for Heat 2. McFarlane, Lindy, Darnell, Takaluma, Simmer, and Dubois. Another 5 laps. Joker once in Sonoma. You just wait for Dubois to grid up in the 000. Maybe he doesn't know that he's racing, Brian.
I don't even show
him once or twice to me.
I don't know if he's in the session or not. I can't tell.
It lists him as in the session. There he is. 6 cars, 5 laps. Everybody remembers, because now I remember. So we get ready for Heat 2 in Sonoma. Green flag. McFarlane gets a good jump off the line ahead of the former contenders champions Darnell and Lindy. Last 2 seasons there. Here comes Simmer in car number 4. Passes Lindy, looking for Darnell. And the Estonian, after a wonderful run last week, as Takaluma mounts the curb in the final corner. Simmer looking, made it through the first corner unscathed now. Let's see if he can transfer in the next couple of laps, of course. Takaluma in the back of the field after letting them go by. And McFarlane, Darnell, Lindy, Simmer, Dubois mowing the lawn in the 000, way out wide, making his own track.
Is he going to jump? Is he going? Oh, I thought he was going to hit the jump.
I think it was in the Masters race that he decided to jump. But Eric, that's not the track, my friend.
I mean, you'll see a lot of lawn mowing in the section they just went through. It's not much slower than the normal line, and if you carry a little too much heat, it's easy to just go out there and not break your car.
Lindy Jokers, he's going to be battling his teammate. No, he lets his teammate go in car number 1. Does car number 3. Darnell in the 029. Had a wonderful race with Josh Darnell the other night in the Masters split on Thursday. We decided to race in the dark. It was Knight Rider 2.0 by accident in Barcelona. Let me tell you, we drove by feel that night. It was Cody Erdman and I were in our own channel, and he says that is wild that you guys are running mid 42s in the complete dark. I said, yeah, I don't enjoy it. So,
Josh, my
I
headset
digress
was
there.
so
McFarlane
dark.
Jokers.
Those OLED screens.
I forgot you're racing VR.
They said they got the blackest blacks on these screens, and let me tell you, they were right. I couldn't see anything. On
Simmer looks inside on Darnell. Yeah, I race on triples, and in the final corner in Barcelona, it was skill in itself to not crash into the tires. So I think we're going to have a good battle for the transfer. If I take a look at our Joker rotation, Lindy and Simmer have, Darnell has not, so maybe I spoke too soon, but we'll see here. Easy to hit that tire barrier on the inside in this corner.
It's only like a 2 or 3 second advantage. We'll see. He's not going to go this way. He'll probably save it till the end.
As Dubois
or unless he gets stuck
jokered
behind Lindy here.
It's right on board. Oh, look at you reading my mind. Let's enjoy a lap here in Sonoma. So McFarlane's going to take the white flag. Darnell's going to joker now. Perfect track limits extension, and he goes to the second spot. Shout out to Jacob Kraus hanging out in chat, former Contender Series driver, back on our 2003 days, hanging out with us. Lindy fully committed, overcommitted, and around the kid from California goes. I'm not sure if that's going to be a track cut. It is. He does have a black flag in car
it's
number 3.
It's pretty easy to kill it if you're that slow on track.
So Evan McFarlane will round the final couple of corners. And I don't know if the middle grid spot's going to be a good spot for him, but we'll have to see here in a couple moments. Final corner, over the jump. Triple consecutive world champion McFarlane wins heat number 2 ahead of Josh Darnell, who transfers. Best of the rest will be Lindy, Simmer, Dubois, and Takaluma.
What happened to Takaluma there? He pulled all over at the beginning.
I think he cut the track and got a slowdown in the 777. I want to give a shout out to 5-time world champion Philip Kraus, also hanging out with us in chat. Second all time on the wins list with 24. Awesome to see you hanging out with us, my friend. We get ready for Heat 3, our grid. Championship leader Kieran Lifflander, 23B world champion Francois Martel, Zach Blanche, Klaus Kreutzer, Renee Sotens for our final heat race of the afternoon.
Has Kieran ever raced with Francois before?
No, not in NASA. No, because Francois left
before
Kieran came by.
Oh boy.
It's going to be interesting.
Show
Green flag for Heat 3 off the line. The sole Volkswagen of Martel battling Lifflander to the first corner. Lifflander takes the lead. Martel second. Blanche, Sotens, Kreutzer. As we'll begin the first lap proper here in Sonoma for the third heat race.
Has a black flag. I'm not sure for what. Maybe a jump start?
Jump the start. Jump the start. Yep. Into the first corner. Martel over-rotates into his teammate and the former world champion off the road. Might have hyped him up too much.
Let's say welcome back to Rallycross, Francois. The track will eat you alive.
You win the championship, and then you have some issues, and then you leave, and here we are. Sonoma's tricky, too. We talk about it every show, really. And inside Kreutzer, and Kreutzer around in the 77. Lifflander gets his Joker out of the way. Especially on these later heat races when you've practiced all day on a fresh track or a slightly worn track, and you are in a demolished track for the third heat race, it is jarring, to say the least.
I think that's what happened with Francois there, just grabbing the inside. You can't grab it as much as you want to do it. Is the outside has a little too much grip, and it will pull you around.
As Lifflander, Zach Blanche, Sotens, Martel, Kreutzer, that running order. If we want to ride on board Kieran again, you can make that call.
Sure, why not?
Let's enjoy a lap on board car number 20. Off the road, extending in car number 20, but I don't think it's going to affect him unless, is there a slowdown there? No, it's not.
I don't think you can get one for going on the outside. I think all you get for going out there is a slower lap. But we'll find out.
He will head to the final corner to begin lap number 4 in car number 20. Blanche Joker's in the 2. Soten stays out. He is yet to Joker, but he does have that black flag. And Kieran into the tire barrier from the race lead. And around he goes, potentially out of a transfer spot because here comes Sotens. And Soten's yet to Joker.
I think Kieran is very happy Sotens has that black flag right now. We're going to go back and look at what we just missed.
Hey, I couldn't speak fast enough. He clipped the curb, and around he went. And that could have been huge. He could have rolled the car. Let's take a second look. Over-rotated, clipped the sleeping policeman, up and over, and nearly rolled it.
Kieran, the flip
I can't express how close he came to flip.
Not on this.
Not here. I can't tell you how close he was to flipping that car. Sotens has jokered in the 157. He comes out battling Kieran. He has a penalty. And Kieran, I don't know, maybe Kieran doesn't know this. As Blanche leads, Soten's all over 20, all over the points leader. This is crucial because you do get the bonus point. Or he wouldn't get a bonus point, actually. That's incorrect there. Now if I'm Kieran, I'm just hoping that I can transfer. Final corner for Zach Blanche. So he will win heat number 3 in Sonoma. Kieran's going to transfer. Best of the rest will be Sotens, Martel, and Kreutzer. So Kieran does get the 2 bonus points for transferring, but he is technically down then by 1 on Evan, so hard to keep track with all the 5 different series that NASA runs. If you'd like to join us, nasasimracing.com. We've got something for everyone, whether it's beginner Beetle Light or open setup Beetle Light or fixed setup supercars. Here at the World Championship, open setup supercars. We got the Masters. If you got 40 hours a week and some dependents, that's a good time. Late on Thursdays. I digress. Semifinal A. Top 2 will transfer out of this as well. Rakowski, Martel, Simmer, Broström, and Kreutzer for another 5 laps, 1 joker. And this is for all the marbles, because if you don't finish top 2, you are not making it into the feature. And have we lost Francois off the start? Oh, no.
We have.
He disconnected. So the former world champion out in Sonoma, green flag. Great start for Broström. Rakowski came across. Simmer leads us into the first corner. Rakowski clears. Broström the 71. I feel like that might have been a technical failure on Martel. There's no way that he would have disconnected 2 seconds before the lights went out.
As he was on the grid, probably not.
Broström looks inside on Rakowski to turn 1. 71, 999. Deep is the Swedish Rallycross champion. Over under is Rakowski in the 999. Former race winner in contenders here in Sonoma. Brostrom hanging on the left rear quarter panel, side by side, down the hill, back up the hill, back and around the 71. Thought he was going around. And this puts Kreutzer into the transfer spot after half a lap. Jokering, not Simmer, not Kreutzer. Brostrom stays out. Will Rakowski joker? She does in the 999.
I kind of want to go back and see what happened there.
Take a second look.
Let's see if this works. It is.
They're side by side, hanging through the carousel. I mean, it's the semifinal. These guys are racing for a transfer spot. I say two cars just hard racing. I don't know, though.
Yeah, it happens.
So, off the road goes Simmer in the 4. For second, Rakowski third, Brostrom in 4th. Simmer no joker, Kreutzer no joker. So Rakowski already took her joker in semifinal A. Brostrom jokers and comes out behind Kreutzer in the 77. Kreutzer sets fastest lap at a 41.0. Pick a car, Brian. Let's ride on board. So kind of a formation race here unless something goes wrong, and we've seen crazy things happen, like with Kieran crashing earlier. Simmer jokers coming to the white flag. Kreutzer's going to stay out.
So this is really Klaus's lap. He has to shine. He's got fresh air in front of him. He has to push the fastest lap he can. He's got to make up the difference.
Brostrom to the inside.
And that's not how you do it. Well,
I'm not a fan of that.
I like the pass. It's the last lap, Josh. You got to get it done.
Coming from a mile back, I don't know. Kreutzer's got a joker, but I don't know. I feel like a protest is going to be arriving for that. Oh, makes me glad I don't drive in this split. I don't have that tenacity anymore.
We'll take a look after the finish here.
Simmer's going to win the first semifinal, and I think Kreutzer's going to recover at the line. He does, but he will transfer as Brostrom, Rakowski, and Martel out in the first semifinal.
So, while they're gridding, I just want to take a quick look. And we're too far back. So we'll go to the grid.
Grid 4, semifinal B. Lindy, Merrick, Sotens, Dubois, Robichaux, and Takaluma. And Linus has said sorry over chat. Second semifinal here in Sonoma. Green flag. Off the line. Merrick has disappeared down to the first corner. Sotens and Lindy. Merrick comes back with no gap between the two cars. Net code between Sotens and Lindy. Here comes Merrick in the 310. Lindy checks the 157 out wide, and the former contenders champion is over the wall and out of the race.
Josh,
so is Sotens, and so is Dubois.
I don't think we'll see any protests for the last accident, but we definitely will for this one.
And I don't know what happened, but Dubois got caught up in that as well. And that's all she wrote. Well, Dubois is still rolling. Sotens is still rolling, but Lindy was off the road. So
I think Scott Merrick here is very happy he was blinked out.
Let's take a second look. Take a breath. Merrick, Takaluma, Robichaux now. Off the road is Sotens and Dubois. We end the first lap. Takaluma looks inside. Merrick in the 310. Pushes a little wide. Here comes Robichaux in the 69. We take a second look. Or did I miss it?
We did not. Let's do it.
Take a second look. We got some time. And also, if you want to take a second look at earlier on, to you.
Yeah,
So they
up
they
front
net coded
with the
here,
touches.
and I think Lind. Oh, he looked at. I think he
That
locked
wasn't
up the
net
rears.
code, Josh. That was full on. I'm
The
hitting.
first one was. The first one
let's go
for
back.
sure
We're
was.
going-
And
we're going
I
back
don't know what
again.
happened.
That looks like just corner to corner on the cars. I don't think they didn't touch there.
And then Lindy just sent him, and there it goes. And poor Dubois caught up in something that wasn't even his own doing.
Yeah. Let me go see if I can. That was Klaus that got passed, correct? Who was
Yes,
involved
Klaus
in that?
and Linus. It was Linus and Klaus on the semifinal. We're not
let's
missing anything up
see.
front for this semifinal. We're taking 2 laps to go. I can. I thought we were pulling it up. You're still working on it on
I
your
think
end.
it's right
So
here. It's hard to find them sometimes. I think this is it. We're a little
we're
back.
watching semifinal A. We're not missing anything for semifinal B. From way far back. You got to make something happen. I understand that, but he's in a different zip code in turn
Yeah,
one.
he's
I'm not
blowing the
sure.
corner.
Using Klaus as the brake pedal.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It looks cool though.
Looked very cool. It didn't change the result. Klaus was able to transfer in. So let's head back to live pictures. Robichaux jokers. We're coming to the white flag in semifinal B. Takaluma has already jokered. Robichaux battling Merrick. And Merrick has his joker left. Dare I say it, can he pip Takaluma? I don't know if Robichaux will be able to transfer. We'll just have to see.
Taken his.
Merrick had a great run off the hill, off the carousel. The battle for the transfer spot. Merrick looking inside. Better of it. You look at Jake Robichaux in the 69. Takaluma will lead. He has already jokered. Robichaux has already jokered. Merrick has to. Over the jump for the final time is Takaluma from the race lead. He will win the semifinal at the
No, he
line.
won't.
No, it was Merrick. And Takaluma and Robichaux best of the rest. By 1/10 of a second, Merrick gets it over Takaluma. Robichaux, Lindy, Sotens, Dubois, best of the rest. And we're going to step aside as the grid is set here in Sonoma. On the other side of the break, the Grand Prix. Stick around.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like it.
You are so special. This app is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous with your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by
it.
side between these two in the turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap. Clog is the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Rackster acing the entry to turn one, up Benny to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Ronnie's going to hold his spot.
You're so interesting.
We welcome you back to round number 280 of the championship overall and round 4 of the 32nd season of the NASA Rallycross World Championship in Sonoma. With Brian Sawyer in the production truck and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. The NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. And thank you, Rob Hartland, for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Cameras all season on ASN, brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you, Andrew Canale IV, for your camera support. And finally, the intro music for the NASA World feed produced by Alex Abetti. If you like what you see today, be sure to like and subscribe on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly, along with our short-form video content. If you would like your content broadcasted by ASN, or if you'd like to join the team, you can contact us at asnTVUSA.com. And if you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone. All the info is at nasasimracing.com. So, Mr. Brian Sawyer, we're looking through warm-up here. Kieran Lifflander has half a tenth of a second over Evan McFarland. McFarland has won the last 2 races in a row here in Sonoma, 24B and the Night Rider of 2023B. But is he going to make that 3 in a row, or will somebody else join Evan, Alex Abetti, Luke Krause, Jake Robertson, Connor Creasy, and some guy named Josh Mertz as a winner of the Sonoma Grand Prix? What do you think?
Josh, I think you're missing something a little important here. Look at these top 4 times. Kieran's a half tenth over Evan, who's only a half tenth over Joni, who's only 1
100th.
Yeah, 1/100th
away from Yuko.
Yuko. The top 4 are under, maybe under a tenth and a half on pace.
It's going to be good. This is going to be exquisite. I didn't forget about that, Brian. I didn't. I promise. Well,
so I think the pick it has to go to the people.
Make a poll.
I'm working
from
on it.
there.
I can't type that fast.
That's okay. Once Brian's done with that, we'll take a look at some programming notes on the Automotive Sports Network, and then we should be good for the Sonoma Grand Prix.
I'll let you read.
There we go. Not featured on here, ladies and gentlemen, is the iRacing Rallycross officials, the strength of field races. Those will be tonight at, I think it's 8:15 Eastern Time. You'll have Brian, Stephen Moreau, Josh Darnell. It's going to be the ASN iRacing podcast, basically. It's going to be a good time. 4 races. It'll be
Oh, God. It's super soon.
Yeah, with the flip counter? Oh, yeah, okay. NASA Rallycross Futures will be on ASN Plus round tomorrow. That'll be I'm straightening up myself in a row on that. Remember, ASN Plus, $1 a month. Only NASA Rallycross Futures right now. We got some content planned, hopefully. It's going to be a good time. The NASA Rallycross World Championship will then, Futures will lead into the Lights World Championship at Knock Hill and ASN Live, 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll have Josh Darnell, Stephen Moreau for that. NASA Rallycross Contenders on Monday the 31st, 9 p.m. Eastern. Justin Robichaud, Brian Sawyer for that. Work Sports Car returns at Watkins Glen on Thursday the 3rd at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And then you've got the NASA Rallycross World Championship at Knock Hill on the 5th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Am I allowed to vote in this poll? I'm doing it anyways. Make sure we vote. We've got 22 of us hanging out and watching this. Thanks for hanging out. Got some old school NASA drivers. Philip Kraus, 5-time world champion, was in the chat. And who knows what will happen.
Overwhelming majority right now for McFarlane. I don't know though. He's had a rough start to the season. 7th in Charlotte. I mean, he won Atlanta, but then only 3rd in Indianapolis.
And that was with that penalty, remember?
It was with that
so
penalty.
If we talk about on the road finishes, second place.
Yeah, it's not on the road finish, but I mean, you're still pulling a penalty. That's unlike him.
That's true. So we await to grid. Got about 20 seconds left of warm up. Track will be nice and reset and gripped up. And yeah, Kieran, Evan, Yoni, and Pakala all under a blanket. And what's interesting, Kieran's gridding 6th, Yoni's gridding 4th, Evan and Yuko 2nd and 1st respectively. This is a mixed up grid, especially with Kieran 6th place. I think that's driver's left 2nd row, is it not?
I believe it is. Josh, I feel like I'm going to need the hard hat and a blimp cam.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. I should have taken a bunch of Excedrin before
It's going to be good for us. I don't know if they're going to like it.
As we get ready to grid for the Sonoma Grand Prix, on pole position, Yuko Pakala, Evan McFarlane, Zach Blanche, Yoni Pelaneva, Josh Darnell, Kieran Lifflander points leader, Marcus Indrek Simmer, Scott Merritt, Klaus Kreutzer, and Kimmo Takaluma. And Kieran will be on the inside of row 3, which is a blessing and a curse. I don't know if I'd want to be on the 3rd row, but I also would like to be on the inside instead of the outside. So, gonna be interesting. Thanks for joining us on the Automotive Sports Network. We have 10 cars for 10 laps and 2 jokers. The top 4, less than a 1/10 of a second, separate them in warm-up. My heart rate's already rising. Thanks for joining us on ASN. We get ready to go green in Sonoma. Green flag off the line, top 3 equal. Kieran gets a good jump from the middle of the pack, out of the first corner. Kreutzer and Simmer touch. Kieran, sir, and Simmer out in turn 1, it looks like. Through the dirt for the first time. Darnell wide, Lifflander looking inside, side by side. It was McFarlane with Blanche. Now it's Pelaneva, as I'll try, maybe we can take a look back during the replay when it calms down as to what happened to Simmer in turn 1. Pakala leads, McFarlane 2nd, Blanche, Pelaneva, and Lifflander, the top 5 right now. Who will joker on the first time of asking? Here in Sonoma, 31 of Pelaneva does. Lifflander stays out. Nobody else jokers on the first opportunity.
I think there's a very good choice by Joni. Get out, get the fresh air, get a full lap, maybe 2, with nobody impeding you. But he goes wide on turn 1, and Pakala's going to get on the inside, which is now
Here
the
come
outside.
the no-control teammates.
Hopefully he doesn't impede his teammate. Maybe
They
holds up
dueled
Evan
each other.
just a little bit.
Dueled each other last week. As Lifflander off the road in the 20, trying to find a way around Blanche. I took a second look off monitor. Klaus and Simmer came together. Simmer got hit by Takaluma in the 777, jokering as Pakala. as Liftlander stuck in traffic still. He was all crossed up, got nudged by Darnell and passed by Darnell. In the Joker is the championship leader. He is 5th currently, McFarlane 3rd.
His car is all beat up.
Trying to go to the outside is car number 20. Utilizes the grip of the
Darnell
paint
is
to get
not
the car to
letting him
stop.
have
And there's one guy that's very hard to pass, and it is Josh Darnell, former Contender Series champion.
He knows how to hold that car just a half a lane higher than Kieran wants him to. And just prevents
Liftlander
passing.
trying to nudge him out of the way. Down to the Joker, McFarlane Jokers, so does Pakala. And Liftlander nudges the 029, still cannot find a way around. Squirrely over the jump is Palineva. As Pakala leads, McFarlane 2nd, Palineva 3rd, Darnell, Liftlander. Then it's Blanche Merritt.
Evan took his.
Pakala's got both his strategies done. That puts McFarlane to the lead on the road. Blanche has one left. Darnell and Liftlander's going to have one left. So now if I'm Josh Darnell, you're in front of Liftlander again on a Joker rotation. What do you do, Brian? You hold him up?
All day. If I'm Josh, I don't like the way he was moved. I won't say what I might do, but Kieran would not like the speed I'd be driving at.
So McFarlane, Pakala, their Joker's done. Paleneva's got one. I wonder if he can pip his teammate. And if I'm Liftlander, I Joker now, so I avoid the issues, and he does. Exiting the Joker in the 20.
He's still going to
He comes out ahead of Blanche. Battling Palineva. We take halfway, crossed flags for the triple defending world champion. Palineva comes out in front of his teammate Pakala. So this will be an interesting battle between the no control guys who were battling for 6th last week. Now it's for 2nd. Listen, I spent years battling only 5 other cars. I was able to take my Jokers on the first 2 laps. Tries to move Pakala out of the way for 3rd. Nothing doing. Liftlander looking on the 92 again. Trying driver's left. That's not going to work. Pakala backs up the corner. Will Liftlander send it in the 20? Gives him a nudge. Around the 92 goes. Saves it. I don't know. I know it's Rallycross. I just don't know. If you can't make the pass clean, I don't know.
I like the one in
2
the
to go
dirt.
for McFarlane.
You gave him a little bump in the dirt, but a bump on the track like that, you're right behind him. That was just, I'm deciding to brake late.
Liftlander now stuck behind Blanche for 3rd, as Blanche took the spot on his 2nd Joker. And if I'm Pakala, I wonder what'll happen there.
I think Kieran just keeps getting frustrated here because he keeps trying to make passes for 3rd, and then somebody just Jokers and comes out in front of him.
I don't think we have any pending strategies now, so this is a move for position, and you got Blanche, another TWR car, and we remember when Lindy and McFarlane had some issues in Knock Hill. White flag, speaking of, for the triple defending world champion McFarlane.
This is exactly what Evan needs, though. He's a quarter of a lap ahead of everybody else. He's scooting. He needs more wins this season to redeem himself because he's got that 7th place sitting on him. I know there's one drop week. Did Zach Blanche just get a slowdown? No, he didn't. He hooked that.
I don't think so. It was perfect execution. Liftlander looks driver's left. They touch over the curb. Goes Liftlander in the 20. Is that going to be a slowdown? It does. Blanche fighting back in car number 2. Liftlander's going to have to serve this penalty. He has to let him go. At the sharp end, over the jump for the final time. It is a 15th career world championship victory for Evan McFarlane, and I think he'll get the point.
Doing ASN on experimentals.
Rostrom, Robichaux, Rakowski, Lindy, Martel, Sotens, Dubois. That's 11th through 17th. Those guys, remember, did not transfer.
All right.
And it is another win for Evan McFarlane.
You're all getting a preview.
And
those are our results. I just want to make sure this worked. That is not our results.
That's definitely not our results, my friend.
Marcos Palacio was not in this race. There's our results.
Ooh. It's obviously not the Beetle Light.
That's not the Beetle Light, but I was just trying to make sure this worked, and it does. Awesome. I had to make sure it worked in a live environment and how quickly results would pull. So, cool. But we'll go back to our real classification.
That's a 15th career win for Evan McFarlane. He is 2 away from tying Francois Martel for 5th on the wins list. And the old man that I am is looking at this spreadsheet, and I say Evan McFarlane has 9 wins to tie Philip Kraus and be 2nd on the wins list already. That is bananas. So, we ready for interviews, Brian? Up to you.
Yeah, I'll go do points things, and you'll talk to some people. Let's who are we getting first? Who do we have? Do we have Zach Blanche? You got Zach Blanche? All right.
And whenever you're ready internally, Brian. I think we're all good. Zach, it's Josh and Brian. You got us? What a race, my friend. You were everyone was all over the place, and you're kind of, I think, running 4th or 5th, and then you joker, and then you come out battling Kieran, who is down the order. So talk me through your race.
No control guys and whatnot, and watching the battle go out, I just knew that I had to play Joker strategy smart to not let him get away once he made a pass. So with him battling kept him in my Joker strategy, so it was a good race. It was heaps good. We got a bit of hip and shoulder out at the end there. I'll have to watch it back to make sure if it was all good, but I don't think he was too happy about it, which I understand. But yeah.
It was a brawl, to summarize that. So, anyone you'd like to thank for the podium finish, my friend?
Huge thanks to the TWRS guys. They're always amazing, as always. Evan and Josh Darnell. He's been a huge help this week with laps and whatnot. Just constant.
Alrighty, my friend. Hopefully you were over. You were cutting out on my end. So, good run, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week, guys. Thank you.
We've got Yoni Palineva, Mr. Brian Sawyer. And I think, if I look at my spreadsheet, well, I don't think I can pull it up fast enough to see. Actually, I'm going to do it live because that's what we do. I think this is your first podium this season. I think maybe your first one in general, my friend. How are you? How was your race?
It was decent. Very hot. But
I was going to say, 100 degrees track temp. Okay, so how tricky is it to drive this car on such a hot track?
My setup's very hot. Very hard. I can't make any setup for these conditions.
Talk me through the battle with your teammate, with Yuko there. Because at first you guys had the first 2 spots, and you guys were having a great battle, and then you kind of got swallowed up there.
Well, we don't want that hit each other, so we take it really easy, and it was too easy.
Alrighty, my friend. Anyone you'd like to thank for the podium?
I like to thank No Control and my wife, so there.
That's awesome. Alrighty, my friend. Like I said, I think this is your first podium in NASA, which is super cool. At least your first podium this season, so great run, and we will see you next week.
Yes, we see.
And the man of the hour, who had an issue last week, and in true NASA fashion, you go to the top of the board. We had 4 cars within a 10th of a second in warm-up, and I don't understand how you snuck away with the win, my friend. Talk me through your race.
Well, the reason why I won today is because I had a setup from Team Watson Racing.
Jesus, what a...
So I'm not joking. I built a good hot set a couple nights ago, and seemed to work out really well in my favor. So I mean, I saw the guys in front of me; they were kind of struggling a little bit with the hot track. So I was just trying to take my time, and I knew Yoku. I caught up to him. He got held up a little bit, or he got into a battle with Yoni. So I was just minding my own time, and yeah, I just pulled the jokers when I needed to. Just waited, was trying to be patient because I knew I had a little bit of pace over the guys in front, and yeah, just kind of ran my own race after I took both my jokers, and yeah, I mean that's about it. Just I had a good setup, put a lot of practice in. I think I put the most practice I have out of any of the rounds, so I'm really happy that paid off.
As you had the no control boys in front of you, and then you jokered and took the lead. And then what are your thoughts? I don't think you saw Kieran at all. So what are your thoughts, I guess, with his incident in his heat race, and then he was stuck in traffic, and it was a brawl for him if you watch this back.
Yeah, the heat race, I mean, Matthew was flipping out. I was like, what the heck happened? I watched it back. It looks like he just got on the brakes too early or got too much slip angle. And, you know, when you're in the lead like that, usually you lose focus or you kind of zone out. So I don't know if that's what happened to him, but that does happen to me. So I'm not sure what happened there, but seeing that, I was like, oh, wow, that changed a lot. And Zach got got third. So I was like, well, if me and Zach are able to stay clean off the start, we might be able to manage something. But that start was hectic. But yeah, I don't know. I was just watching my roller to the whole race, just thinking about the points and just trying to run my own race. And I was really shocked. You know, I think typically I'm a little bit faster than Kieran here, but I was expecting him to come up faster. So it was kind of shocking to see that. But I know he'll be next round. I think Knockhill, he's really fast there. So I'm looking forward to it. And I know he'll come back.
Unofficially, you have the red plate again by 3. So we are taking halfway next week. And I know I feel like I probably ask this question every time, but what's the thought process now? Is it mitigating mistakes like Indianapolis for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, compared to last season, this season has been super inconsistent. So I'm just going to try to not keep the highs too high and the lows too low and just try to manage my own race. Try to do what I can. And now that there's Francois is back, which is I'm really happy to see. I'm glad he's back. And Yoni and Yuko, they're also really fast. Now that we have a couple more fast, like super fast guys in the supers, it's gonna shake things up a little. So I think if I just execute in qualifying, and I just get a good place off the grid, I'll be able to get a start and try to get the lead. But you know, never know what's gonna happen. I'm looking forward to the next rounds, and this championship is super close. So I guess may the best man win.
Last question I'll ask, even though you started out with sponsor plugs. Anyone you'd like to thank for the victory today?
Yeah, of course. I thank my family. I like my mom, my brothers. I like to thank my Aunt Marie for watching. I like to thank everyone who's been supporting me. All the Team Watson and Control Z. You know, Eric gave me a motivational speech a couple of days ago, and that helped me lock in, I guess, for this race. And yeah, just all the guys at Team Watson, Zach, Francois, Eric, Klaus, Matthew, even Scott. I don't know who I'm forgetting, but all the guys who've been in the practice sessions together, and we had a lot of fun. So all those guys, I give all glory to God. Of course, I'm so thankful for everything He's done for me, and I'm blessed to win this race. Team Watson Racing, of course. If you want some race winning setups, twrsetups.com. You can get some of my setups there, and yeah, just you guys for this race. Thank you guys for putting it on. KS Industries, Marvin Sports, Fluid Logic, all those guys. Yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty, my friend. Good run, good win, and we will see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Brian. What do you want to take a look at first? Result points, programming notes, make.
Let's hit the programming notes.
Our next broadcast for ASN will be. You want to read them, Brian? You look very happy internally to read these programming notes.
Well, I was trying to see if you were still underwater or not. You went underwater again. I don't know what's going on. With
exquisite.
It's super
I don't
cool.
know what's happening.
Our next broadcast tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's the NASA official broadcast. It will be me, Josh Darnell, and Stephen Moreau. We'll be having a good time. We'll have some war correspondence, a flip counter, some fun stuff going on. And then tomorrow night on ASN Plus, we got the NASA Rallycross Futures. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be Josh Mertz and Stephen Moreau, followed immediately on ASN Live at 9 p.m. Eastern with the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. That's going to be Josh Darnell and Stephen Moreau. Monday night, we're over at Knockhill for the NASA Rallycross Contenders Series. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be myself and Justin Robichaux. And then we're back Thursday with the Torque Sports Car Series. They were off last week, but we're back this week. We're at Watkins Glen. That's going to be at 8:40 Eastern Time. I got it. That's it. It's a full week.
So proud of you. You got points? You want to take a look at those?
I got points.
I can tell you, I can't see any graphics internally. So.
Oh, that's okay. Am I just reading? I'll just keep reading. We got Evan McFarland
keep
up
reading.
one position, 76 to 73. Kieran Lifflander down one position, only a gap of 3. Then 11 back is Zach Blanche at 62 points. Hugo Pakalov, Robbie Kirtley, Matthew Lindy, all in the same positions. Josh Darnell up 2 to 7th. Linus Brostrom down 1. Klaus Kreutzer down 1, and Yoni Pavolona up 4. Then over on the teams, we got TWR Subi Squad at 153. They're taking a commanding lead. No Control Esports 2 passes their sister team, No Control Esports, by 1 point. So they're up 2 positions, 102 to 101. Kieran Lifflander racing at 90 points, down 1. They're down to 4th. Team Watson Racing move over at Speedy Time, up 1 to 6th. TWR Subi Doobie Squad down 1 to 7th. JC Sim Sports Subaru solid at 8th. Stealth Performance Industry up 1, and JC Simsport 4 down 1 to 10th. Manufacturers, Francois Martel might have died this evening, but he put some points on the board for the VW Beetle. It's 112, 47 to 4.
We should just do golf score Volkswagen win the championship. I promise we're professional. It's been a long week. So, what are we doing? Final thoughts, sponsor plugs, and then we'll say goodnight.
Sponsor plugs, and then we'll hit the final thoughts, and then we'll go home.
Exquisite. The NASA Rallycross Challenge brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. And thank you so much to Rob Hartland for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Cameras all season on ASN, brought to you by Whiplash Simcams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for your camera support. Finally, the intro music for the NASA World feed produced by Alex Abetti. And if you like what you saw today, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And ring the bell to be notified of our live streams weekly, along with our short-form video content. If you would like your content broadcasted by the Automotive Sports Network, you can contact us at asntvUSA.com, or if you'd like to join the team as well, asntvUSA.com. Button mashers, talkers, whatever it may be, graphic designers, we could use any help you want to do. If you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone in 2025. The info is at nasasimracing.com. Any final thought, Brian? We'll button it up.
Well, Josh, that was a lot of fun. That was as much chaos as you want without anything too catastrophic. Oh, storylines develop. We got a points leader change. So, yeah, I don't know why your timer broke. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you get this. But other than that, we had a great race. Super fun. Sonoma's my favorite, probably my favorite week every season. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. You're racing the track as much as you're racing the other people. You get some great shots of cars going 2x2, sometimes 3x2, just around the dirt. So I'm ready for next week.
It's been a lot of fun, like I say, every week to watch the growth of NASA Sim Racing, watch the growth of the drivers that we have, and the fact that there were 4 cars under a blanket in warm-up, and we had such an incredible race. We had fast guys stuck in traffic, super unpredictable per normal, and it's just super awesome to see all the growth that NASA Sim Racing has had. The checkered flag has fallen in the evening here in Sonoma. On behalf of our entire production staff and producer Brian Sawyer, my name is Josh Mertz. Thank you for joining us for today's coverage of the NASA Rallycross World Championship. Congratulations to our winner, Evan McFarland, and just a reminder, don't miss the 5th round of Futures and Lights tomorrow from Knock Hill. Until then, so long, everyone.